Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Already made 2 live trades this morning. The third one didn't work out, but we banged on 2 beautiful trades to the upside. Caught a short squeeze. And I taught my students how we do it every single day here. Never quit an everyday hitter. Sammy P, the crypto lifer, baby. We love you all. We appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on in. Today's going to be a blast of a show. I got so much to cover, so much to talk about, and some key insight coming your way. So I hope you're ready for it. Get your pen and pencils out. Get ready to take some notes. We're going to blow your mind. So shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And again, sharing your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. I'll see you in about 9 minutes and 25 seconds. Blessings on blessings. Okay, shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get the music back up and running. Let's get to brass tacks here. Let's keep it military on this TA. We already hit gains this morning in the trading group. Shout out to everybody making gains in the group. Bang, bang, bang. We got Aris Corrigan, 3-month 99er. Thank you for your blessing, Sam. Would you take a look at Maze and take your take on it? Ben Armstrong said yesterday that he bought some. Thanks again. Stay blessed. Let's take a look at that coin. Shout out to the Canadian, $100, man. He's been in the group 3 months and he drops $100. He must be liking the trading group. He drops the 1 month fee for the group on a live stream. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of people that you're going to be around in the trading group. People that are grateful, people that are amazing. Let's take a look at this super chat that he just dropped in. 3-month 99er. Thank you for your blessing, Sam. Would you take a look at Maze and get your take? Ben Armstrong said yesterday that he bought some. Thanks again. We'll take a look at that. Thank you for and that's what I love about the stream is if we do miss a coin, somebody's all over it. We find out about almost every single thing in the market by going live every single day. And then we also get the takes on it with the technical analysis. So not only do we get the coins, get the lows, get the highs. I find out when they hit the exchange first. When they're new on the exchange, I find out. I have a token metrics. I have 15 different ways to skin a cat in this market. I'm going to teach you how to do it, how we stay relevant, how we continuously find the newest coins. You got to get rid of the old. Some of the old ones are okay, but you got to move from the old and onto the new. All right? Something that you got to do. Just want to make sure my head doesn't get cut off here. Okay, yeah, I got enough space to dance around here. I opened up the space. I got a bigger green screen. It's a larger one over here. MAGA coin soared last night. Yeah, I mean, that was big. What happened last night? Donald J. Trump endorsed cryptocurrency basically in a major way, and it spread like wildfire through the internet. And that Biden did a CNN interview that didn't go so hot as well too. So we'll see what happens. And I'll stay out of politics. I probably shouldn't have mentioned either, but it's part of the news, and it did spike a coin, a MAGA coin here. Let's take a look. It just shows the relevance of memes and just, when there gets, a community behind a meme, what happens? Up 30%, $250 million market cap. Nice spike, but came back down again too. But what it has been doing is it's been holding its Fibonacci retracement at the 7, came very close to the 786. Now it's riding the 618. Seems like it may just continue in a sideways motion here for a while and consolidate. You never know, but that's MAGA. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. If you want to join the trading group, I'm going to show you how we made gains this morning already. I'm up early bird style, 6 a.m., going over the market. Start giving my first trades around 7 a.m., 8 o'clock, depending on the morning, usually between 7 and 7:30. All right. Last night we hit gains. Then I saw that we were hitting a resistance. So I did my update this morning, and I saw we hit resistance. Then I saw this flag, and I said, can we break out of this flag and break above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute? If we do that, we can get a move to the upside. First thing I looked at was this flag. Wasn't much liquidity. And we got this little pump. It started to show signs of life, and I knew we just got to break above the 200 for gains. And I showed this interesting shoulder, head, and right shoulder. It was an inverted head and shoulder, as messy as it was. And so we pumped, and this did break out. And then we got above the 200 SMA. And there was signs of a continuation move to the upside. So I said, once I get in the zone with Bitcoin, I've been in the zone, I gave my workout today too. If you wanted to work out with me, I showed you it was a hardcore workout. My feet and legs are burning. It was crazy. And so I even got a workout in out. And then what happened was the initial scalp for Bitcoin in gains. All right. What I did accidentally was switch to this place, and I was giving Bitcoin updates in here, which I apologize, but I put an AT symbol so everyone gets told about it. So right here, I'm looking at this WAP Chop City, where I keep my scalps in and out. And I see this flag, though. This flag wants to move, you see, and we break back above the 200 SMA yet again. Interesting times to be alive. And then that flag would pump to the upside. I'm just trying to see, because I know I gave there it is to you. The next possible 1 minute scalp was right here, up to 61,400. See? This is what I was looking at 8:26 in the morning. And lo and behold, the scalp started to push a little bit. All right. And then that thing was gone. Bang. Past the target and for more gains. And that was the bigger one. So the little one was that first one. Then I missed this initial one, but then we played the secondary flag. But you could have got this. There was really 3 trades in a row. But I gave 2 entries on beautiful moves to the upside, and then the 3rd entry didn't play out, seeing if we could continue here. But we did lose the 200 SMA on the 5-minute chart, which I said to pay attention to. And once we lost that, you knew it was kind of Rap City. And there was a bit of, look, Adam and Eve double top there. And now here we stand kind of with Bitcoin. So that's where we are. If you were in the trading group, you would have been given the gains. Also, my elite nailed it as well. You can see the initial entry here and then the initial blast all the way to the upside. At 10x leverage, that's 10%. At 30x, that's 30% gains. Props for 43% gains by my man, David Kendall, nailing it to the upside with a beautiful move. The elite just killing it. You know, nice little inverted head and shoulder twisted style that eventually would play out for 13% on JTO. AGIX hitting for 17% gains. And then my man taking down Ozone, which is another hot coin. Not only do we give you like coins that we're talking about, but these are hot coins. Like I own Orange in my long-term portfolio, right? I think Tucker is one of the hottest memes to have. It's going to continue. They got a YouTube channel now that consistently comes out with content. So to me, that might give you another edge that you don't see in a lot of other coins. You know, that's news right there. Pendle, one of the hottest lending platforms in the game, still holding somewhat of a position. So, and then accurate calls for Bitcoin on a daily basis here on the live and inside the trading group. So if you want to get down with a group that never stops, if you want to push yourself to the limit, if you feel like you have what it takes to become a crypto lifer, jump on in today and become a lifer. Make it happen. We're here for you. We're waiting for the best people in the world to join us. We only want the best in the world to join us. And we're excited to have you. All right? We're excited to have you. People have changed their lives by the thousands. We have testimonial after testimonial. Just read the testimonials. You'll know you're in the right place. They get written on a weekly, daily basis, and they come in all the time. People give $100 super chats that have been in the group for 3 months. I've never seen stuff like this. So, if you want to join, it's very simple. You go right here, you click this link, bang. It takes you to cryptolifer.com, or my website will load, and you can hit join today, all right? If you want to pay with, and then you can also put your email address in here to consent for our weekly newsletter, which gives you awesome data for completely free. All we ask is for your, and we don't give your information to anybody, and we only do like 1 or 2 promotions a year. So you're not going to get bombarded except for the weekly newsletter. And right here, you can join for $99 a month, $270 for 3 months, or $9.99 for the year. Jump on it today, all right? Let me convince you and just watch live every single day if you don't think we got what it takes here to get you to the next level when it comes to trading, all right? So I like what we saw. We had a beautiful time, but what we're going to do is we're going to erase it and start fresh. Right off the bat, though, I'm going to show you something that I see happening, all right? Well, actually, we could use another chart, too, as well. But see, there's a flag hugging the 200 SMA with low stochastics. Slight hidden bullish divergence, which is a swing up on this low to that low, but a swing down on the RSI. Don't worry, you'll figure out divergence over time. It took me a while. Divergence was not easy. It was something that took me some time to get into, all right? Look, once you lose the 200 SMA, that is a bearish sign, okay? I see a move further to the downside because of that. And where would you go? I mean, I guess the measured move here is the length of those areas. Come down and tussle with this low. Anyway, we're going to get to more ideas like this in a second. But first, let me break down Bitcoin on the bigger time frame. All right. We don't need this. We want all of the screen. We don't need the moving averages right now. We just want price action, and we want to take a look at what's happening. So if you remember me, hi, my name's Sam. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy, don't they? Because it's all about these cups and these handles, right? And you can see Bitcoin's clearly in a bit of a cup here. It's getting cuppy. And then it has a bit of a handle here. Now, cup and handles don't mind coming all the way to their 618 Fibonacci retracements. I've seen it many, many times. It doesn't mean they have to. They can bounce off the 0.5. And is Bitcoin really going to retrace that much with so much anticipation? You never know. I'm open-minded that anything is possible. See, other people think it has to be a bull market. What if it isn't a bull market? What if that was the end? I don't know. It's unlikely. I'm positioning myself. I buy the fear. But I never know what's going to happen. See, A true trader knows that nothing is guaranteed in trading. But that's also the superpower, because then you don't get depressed when you lose. You realize that there was nothing there. You were just going for a possibility. If you hit the possibility, so be it. If you didn't, then oh well. Keep trying for more until you hit one. Eventually, you will hit one. That's what I've learned about trading and investing. Keep going to work. Keep investing, and I found throwing my money at different ideas over and over again was way better than just sitting, number one, it was funner. You could pass away at any day, in my humble opinion. You keep a bit of a savings, so you have enough maybe for 6 months of your 6 to 7 months of your rent in case anything really happened. And then for me, the rest is investing. And I really didn't do that. Because to me, Bitcoin was my savings. So every time I had a chance to save, I put it in Bitcoin. So I considered Bitcoin a savings, back when it was anywhere, when I started learning about it, 500 to once was $1,000. I was like, this is a savings account. Anyway, the weekly has really nice support right here where it's on at 60,400. You can see we bounced off it a few times now. If we close a weekly candle below that, no go. We want to get back above 65.5. Until we get back above 65.5, expect more downside. It's very simple to me. And 67,200. You're going to hear me say those two numbers over and over again. You heard me say them for months on end. I told you once we closed the weekly candle below it, we were bearish. What happened? We closed the weekly candle below it. What happened? We were bearish, right? It was that simple. All I had to do was play support and resistance on the weekly. Like, you didn't have to be a genius. It's just hard for people to stay on the same thing day in and day out. They forget this. Like, I used to look at this one day and then 2 months later be like, oh yeah, the weekly chart. See, as a trader, you get better and better at coming back to the same concepts on a daily basis. That's why I do this every single day. You're like, but he did the weekly last night, and he did the weekly this morning, and he did the weekly on the daily. This guy is obsessive. If you're in my trading group, you might get, oh my gosh, how obsessive is this man? But that's what it takes to be the best. That's what it takes to take yourself to the next level. If you want the nicest things in life, you want to go to the beautiful places, you want that private jet, you're going to have to push yourself to limits you never thought you even had. I go to places in my mind through focus and discipline I never even knew existed back in my day when I thought I knew what success was. And then success gets to another higher level and challenges you more and more and more as you grow and grow and grow. And if you're willing to take the challenge, and each challenge makes you uncomfortable, each challenge is difficult. It's not easy. You could live a cushy life. Like, I didn't have to move into this house and up my rent to some ridiculous price. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying I could have kept it low. And, and some people would say that would have been the smarter thing to do and budget myself. But I was just looking at a quote today, the wealthy and the people that go after the biggest things in life, they don't budget. They look for abundance. They look for ways to expand, They look for ways to expand, and that's the key. Don't budget your mind. Why budget your mind? Keep your mind. It's all about abundance. It's all about mindset. Push yourself, push yourself, push yourself, push yourself every single day. I worked out this morning. I did not want to personally, but I did it. It hurt. There was times where it was in pain. I was like, man, this is a hard workout. I said, just go through. I said, stay in the present and get through one segment of the workout at a time, Sam. My feet hurt. I was bouncing up and down. My calves hurt. I closed my mind and say, stay in the present, stay in the present. I thought about the market. I thought about my life. I thought about the channel. I said, you can do that. Stay right here in this exercise. Stay right here in the present moment. And what working out does is it disciplines you to stay in the present. It disciplines you to control your mind. It disciplines you to focus. If you're not working out every single day, you're missing out on a key way to trick your brain into doing what you need to do to get it done. It'll help you in your trading. I'm telling you, people think, but this isn't a working out show. But working out will have so much to do with your trading. I'm telling you right now, it'll clear your mind. Endorphins will rush in. You'll be able to beat through depression. If you've had a bunch of bad trades and you're scared to trade, I have a feeling that working out will clear your mind and get you set for another move. Anyway, I'm done with my working out thing, but I got to teach you that that's what keeps my mind going. Everyone's like, how do you stay positive every day? How do you stay with this positive mindset? How do you always look for opportunity? How do you consistently, just day after day after day after day? You know why? Because it keeps getting better. And because God keeps blessing me. And I keep getting on my hands and knees and saying, thank you for this moment. And I keep staying in the present. And with those things, with gratitude and staying in the present moment, I'm able to ward off any anxiety that could come, and fear disappears. And I'm able to build in that present moment for desires and goals that I've set for myself. And that's the key. That is the key to life right there. If you can get to that position, you're going to start to compound your wins. And then it's fun to compound your wins. You don't want to go backwards. You like this feeling. And so you go after it more and more, and you get rewarded for it, right? Your kids have more opportunities. Your wife is happier, right? Your kitchen's bigger. Things just feel better. And so you work harder and harder and harder to maintain that lifestyle. It doesn't end once you get there. It actually begins once you get there, and now it gets even harder. Now you have to work even harder to maintain that level that you've just set. So it never gets easy. If you're looking for the easy route, that's backwards to the easy mediocre life. It gets harder on the way up each time. Be ready for the challenge because it's not going to get easier. My channel gets bigger, 60,000. It gets harder to maintain. More people, more hate, more love, more everything coming at you. Stay focused, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay disciplined. Cut out the fat. Get rid of the negative people out of your life. Keep it moving. All right, let me get back to the charts. I go in these rants. I think it's the coffee. It's the coffee. It's the caffeine. So blame the caffeine, not me. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to give you my all today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to break it down. We're going to learn. And we're going to bust through walls together. Walls in our mind. We're going to make goals happen. We're going to position ourselves for success. And we're going to find opportunity every single day because you know what? We are the opportunity. We are the opportunity. Each and every one of us. So the weekly, could it continue to the downside? It very well may. Where would it go? It would fall out of the falling wedge, the length of the base, and it would come to this 0.5 Fibonacci level. What we are now seeing on the weekly chart is hidden bullish divergence starting to form. As the price action is swinging up, but the RSI is swinging down. Even if we come all the way back down to this 0.5 fib, we'll get lower. We will still have hidden bullish divergence. So it's not like set in stone right now, but it's beginning to form. Something that tells us that, we are fighting the trend and we still do have this bullish pin bar and the weekly candle has not closed yet, right? How do you know? You go right here, you click countdown to bar close on this hidden menu that most people don't know is there by right clicking. And it gives you 3 days and 10 hours till this candle will close. Could we still close bullish? We may. We were super low here. We came up back. We were super low here. Some of these candles were low before they came back. So we'll see what happens. But right now, that's a bearish weekly close. It's a bearish engulfing candle after the bullish pin bar. Not what you want to see. And it's getting rejected at the tip of the base of the candle body. You see how the candle body's that's bearish as it is. You want to basically close a candle above this. And I talked about it. Bullish pin bar is bullish, but it depends on the next candle. The candle body must close above the closing of this candle. You see, the wick's okay, but the closing of the body of the candle must become the bottom of the new candle for the bullish pin bar to be accepted. Right now, that's a defunct bullish pin bar. But anything could change. We do have 3 days and 10 hours, about half of the week in the middle, 3.5 days, right? So we're a little under that. So let's see what happens. Let's see where the story goes and takes us till Sunday night in the weekly candle close, right? So let's move forward now. So the weekly looking bearish to me, just crossing the dotted line, but our last bounce was we didn't even need to go there. And recently the weekly hasn't been able to hang out too low each time we have got a pullback since the beginning of the bull market. That was the end of the bear market right there. It's crazy. Soon it will be 2 years from that day, right? Isn't that weird? It'll be 2 years from there. And it's almost like we've been in an extended bull run that's going to last 4 years long. To me, this was a bull run. Ever since we started getting above the MAs. Anyway. So now, what's the key levels to watch? Well, I know the time frames and the levels, and I'm going to teach you exactly why. And it changes, and it depends on what you're looking at. All right. So remember, we lost the 200 SMA, but we got above it on that 22. And I told you to watch the 12-hour on the weekly screen share on Thursday night last week. And here we are a week later at a similar spot, battling the 200 SMA. Before we were right below it and we were bearish. I said if we get above it. So in this whole week, we've had such a run, right? We've come all the way up. We've gotten rejected by 65.6, 65.5, which was the weekly support of resistance that I kept saying we must get back above. And then we have hit the 200 SMA on the 12-hour and we're attempting to bounce here and make somewhat of a higher low out of this, wacky price action here. So we've been seeing this as a falling wedge. Is attempting to do what's called a retest and not break back inside the pattern. If this breaks back inside, it's falling to the downside. So far, it has not. I'm going to get rid of the bullish divergence and these measured moves. We don't need them right now. They are distracting. So here we have ourselves a falling wedge on the 12-hour. Bouncing off the 22, the 200 MA, right? If we can hold the 22, we're going to make a move to the upside, and we're going to make a move this whole length of this pole. That's kind of Elliott wave theory, but I don't use it. I know how to find the measured move, and it makes sense. Again, you get above this point of control, you'll likely gap up to this next area of liquidity. All right. And then what you want to see if you have a fair value gap, which you do. If you're an ICT fan, let me get a hey yo in the comments. But right there, you got, and again, I use the VRVP. You could be ICT. It shows me, your highest level liquidity is this area. And if you get above this, you're going to fall definitely into here. But right there, that candle body does not close that candle body, and it gives us this open source of liquidity. So if we hold the 200 SMA on the 22, then it's likely we're going to eat this liquidity. And that's Sammy's big area at 67.2 that must be broken. We can't break above 67.2, then so here's the deal, everybody. In the next 2-3 days, like, Bitcoin either breaks back inside this pattern, slumps down, maybe it does some double bottom and we still break out. But this starts to tell me then we could start to revisit this point of control and hit this 618 golden pocket at $52,000, right? And then eventually eat this liquidity up. There's also a fair value gap right there. As you can see, there's two of them. There's one there and there. One right here that has never been filled. All right. What is a fair value gap? Again, it's an area of candle liquidity where the spread doesn't meet. So where there was buying and selling, like he bought, then they got a huge buy, but they never got to sell back into this key area, right? And then when they sold this candle, it ripped back up. And so if you took this candle to this candle, the green one to the red one, and you see that's what's called the fair value gap. You can see it lines up the liquidity on the VRVP. Many times you'll get a gap and it will end at near the. So you can trade the gaps in the VRVP or the fair value gaps. They're very similar selections of liquidity. All right. Now, which one do you go for? See, I don't trade that way, so I wouldn't get confused in that sense. That's a different, again, that would probably be a Fibonacci. You'd be looking for a retracement of a fib, right? Another thing that people are, that I heard murmured in my trading group is a shoulder, a head, and a bit of a right shoulder. Could we get a move out? Are we so bearish today? So I have mixed signals. I see some possible chances of bullishness right now out of the corner of me eye. And there's a chance there, we Irish lads, and but there's a chance we break to the upside here, all right? And we get a move. So far, that's a bullish candle. Could we continue the move to the upside? The smaller time frames are going to depict that. So if we close a candle below this on the 12-hour, I'd be short right back down to this key area. And I'd be looking for the daily 200 SMA to start coming into play. All right. So far, we're still getting held by the 100 SMA. You see that? Which is this blue line here. And this is my cup and handle on the weekly. Get rid of that. You don't need that cup right now. It could be confusing and look like a 200 MA, right? Let's get the likes up to the watchers, everybody. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the people in the trading group. I don't know if anyone made gains this morning in the group, but if you did, let me get a 333 in the comment. Let's get it in. So here we are, too, on this 12-hour flag. The 12-hour and the 22 are acting identical, as you can see, trading the exact same way on the 200 MA. So I'm just looking at them together in tandem. The 8-hour must break back above the 200 SMA. That's our next big hurdle. The 4-hour, the same. And this is where I start looking more at the indicators and just opening up to what's happening here. So the 4-hour is very oversold. Doesn't mean it can't dump. I've seen it dump from down here and just stay down here, right? And the daily doesn't look too hot. So the daily could be our weak link, like the one time frame that really wants to melt, but it could bend. It's really all about this retest. Like, are we going to break back inside this pattern? Some would say, no, we're in the pattern, but I say no because I have to connect these two dots. When I connect these two dots, that's a retest, right? What will happen if this turns into a retest? We'll eventually long something crazy, and the whole market will come back. We'll pump up. Next thing you know, we'll be at 70K. Everyone will say, oh, and we'll be the people that never left the market, and we fought through every single day without taking a day off. And you can pat yourself on the back for being there with me. Or you can be one of the people that falls off and decides, oh, it's the summertime, and I'm just going to go back to regular life because this is too difficult, and this is sideways price action. And you know what? you want to get back in when it's roaring. That's when it's hot. But honestly, like, I'm buying coins. Like, I've been deploying money into this market, and you could call me a fool or a madman. But you know what? It's the people that stay in the game when no one's paying attention that get the payday. I've learned that, and so I don't leave the game. I've learned to stay committed to the game no matter what. So the 1 hour in a bit of bullish divergence here, you know, pretty flat while that moves down. Could give us a move back to the upside. We're looking for the 1 hour to recapture the 200 MA. If we can do that, we can get ourselves a move back to the upside. So we're seeing that there's some signs of bullishness today. It's not all, when I first looked at it, it looked somewhat bearish, but I do see some signs of bullishness now. Kind of like a double bottom in a way. And then you have this like cup and handle that's attempting to break out back to the 200 SMA on the 15 minute. 15 minute looks bullish back to the 200. You see that? Boom. Tight moving averages. A lot of times when I see them, you can get this move back to what's called the 200 MA, the yellow line there. We look at our 7 minute, and our 7 minute is doing some kind of like, you know, what to me looks like somewhat of an ascending triangle on a smaller. It's kind of just a weird half head and shoulder pattern too. But it looks bullish to me. It seems to be breaking out. Look to see if the 7 minute can recapture the 200. The 7 minute can recapture the 200. You have yourself a bit of a short squeeze here. This kind of resembles an Adam and Eve in a way, right? It's not perfect, but it has some vibes. That was made accidentally. So we're looking for this 7 minute to recapture the yellow line. Let's take a look at our 1 minute. Our 1 minute did just recapture the yellow line, which is a signal. And you do have this ascending triangle kind of thing going on here. Super tight inside the triangle, kind of a double bottom. Overbought though on the RS, on the stochastics. Suggests maybe some sideways price action, but so what you want to see, let me get rid of this measuring for now, and this is the bigger flag. Let's just see exactly what we're looking at, right? So we have a falling wedge that could break out. We have enough divergence to give us some hope. Where's our major resistance? Right here. And this is what I talked about earlier today and yesterday. Yesterday we were trading, and I pointed out 61,000. It's always the 800s. You'll hear me say the 800s over and over again for the last few years now. 19.8, 21.8. I don't know why, but they love to choose these 800s as areas as liquidation areas. And so I'm looking here at 61,800. All right, as my key area of support or resistance for Bitcoin. All right. We break above that, and then we can come up to here, and then likely to this 31.5, right? Start breaking through these high volume nodes in the VRVP. First one would be 62, and then somewhere up to 63.8, right? So our key for some type of move today is, look, are we making a shoulder? Oh, sorry. Are we making a shoulder ahead in some type of right shoulder to break us out, and then to follow through back up into some liquidity areas here? There was that fair value gap above us on the, And if we come up here and this just doesn't get a below, we go like this, and then we're going to fall back inside the bigger pattern, remember, and then the retest is over. So far, the retest has been fighting off. And we even lost the 200 SMA, and we bounced off the retest here, so we're between support and the 200. We break support, we go all the way down here, likely to 55.6. We break above the 200, it could save our lives. So, like, literally, the 1 hour will save the bulls here if you can get back above the yellow line. The yellow line is so crucial right now. It's like crazy. I have to remain bearish until we break 61.8 because the present moment in time. See, that also I found the key to life was also the key to trading. And I wasn't sure if life taught me how to trade or trading taught me how to live life, but I think it was a little bit of both. Thank God for trading, because I think I'm a better person due to trading. I look at life and I don't get as disappointed when things don't go my way because I realized everything was a moment of probability. Whether I got it or I didn't, whether it happened or it didn't, whether it went the way it was supposed to, whatever happens, it was all based on probabilities. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it. And now, like, I'm so much in a better mood. So look, now you can see clear local resistance here. And I always find it like 61.5, and it's 500 and the 800. So 61.5 is going to give you resistance, of course, right there, right? You break the 200 SMA, you go further down. Then we go to the bottom of this channel, and then we talk about, and so you're in two channels. You're in the smaller channel, you're in the bigger, or do you want to break back into the bigger channel? So this is where we're at with Bitcoin. Like, you get a bounce here, we could trade along, right? The 1 minute is keeping its oath above its 200 MA, which is beautiful. If it can hold that, we're going to be in good shape. So the 1 minute tells a story. I don't think people realize. They think it's noise. It really isn't not noise. It's noise, master friend. It's noise. But the 1 minute teaches you so much and shares so much deep information. It whispers to your soul, the chart's going to go this way. But if you don't listen, if you listen to your emotions and you can't see that the problem is your emotions are so strong, they block you from hearing the charts. They block you from knowing what's possible and where the probabilities lie. And once you don't know where the probabilities lie, you're unable to make a decision. And you're listening to your emotions because they're louder. But once you get enough knowledge and you get enough education, it's like your emotions become the kid in class that didn't study, and you become the kid that did study. And so every time you battle with your emotions, you ask them, "Well, show me your reasoning, show me your position. Like, let me get your argument." Like, it's, what was it? Kids did in it was like, fake court, right? Moot court or whatever you want to call it. And kids did that in high school, right? And battled their position in court. And, some kids would like travel around the country doing it. It was like a big deal back when I was a kid. I don't know if it still is. Probably is. Soon to be lawyers and whatnot, right? So we got ourselves in a bit of a pickle here. But hanging above the 200 SMA tells me good things could be coming for this move. Now I peek around for some liquidity. I don't need a lot. I just need something to get me going. And there's a little bit there at 62.2, 62,000 that could give us a 1,000 jump move. It's not a lot. Still, most of the liquidity takes us down to 59,000, suggesting a lower low. Stochastics get low, they start to curve. Price action stays above a 200. Moving averages get tight. They tell me a move is coming. Up or down, a move is coming. All right. Once I start to get hungry, I start to salivate for the move. Coming in for the prey, right? Hunting gains. They called him the gain hunter. He was up late at night when the moon shone, stalking his prey, waiting patiently for the exact moment in time to strike. They called him the gain hunter. So look, we lose this level, we lose the 200, Rap City. We don't take the trade. We're waiting for a bit of a bounce there. The gutsy call is to buy right now. So gutsy though. But that you get a 5-to-1 risk score ratio, 3.5. You can even bring it right to there. Trade with ticket is 62,098, and that's where liquidity was on BOOKMAP, right? So you're playing with some logic there. 61,170 is going to be the stop. All right. Now we've already hit 2 trades today. 61,170. Make sure you're doing it right here. $160 gets you 450 on the move. I like how we got a jump before the Stokes curve completely. Tells me we could get a move here. I entered the trade. I may lose 160 in front of you. If I do, I'm the worst trader in the world. And because I lost that trade, you know that I am just absolute garbage. We'll see what happens though. It's high risk, high reward. We're getting a resistance here. Oversold, and we're playing this little small time frame. What's keeping me alive is that we're above the 200 MA. The second we lose that, the trade's a wrap. That's why the stop loss is so close to it anyway. And could they just dolphin dip? They could. Like this. It could happen. You could get stopped out. Anything is possible. That's why it's called live trading. And that's why it's called trading, not guaranteed money. All right, if it was called guaranteed money, it would be called guaranteed money. All right. Down $8 in the trade, $1,000 at 37x leverage gives it a $41,000 trade. So as if you put $41,000 in spot here on the trade. All right. Stochastics are low, giving us a bit of a pump here, telling us that the seller momentum has waned and we could get a move to the upside. We're looking for a short squeeze to about 61.8 first. We get above 61.8, that's my resistance. Then we can go to 62.2. See if we can get the jump here. Getting a bit of a move to the upside. We should be in green on the trade at this point. I'm not saying it's amazing, but we should be in green. $10, up about 1%. We also have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low. That's an uptrend. We're taking the trend to the upside here on the move. We got to break this high to keep the trend alive. Crucial moment right here on the 1 minute time frame. Every trade, no trade is given. Every trade is a probability at every single moment in time. You're always in the present moment. When the Stokes get low in curve, I'm planning to get out of the trade no matter what happens. Can we get the short squeeze? Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Roll that dice and let it go, baby. 41,000, 61,460. Ooh, we lost the level there. Heavy resistance at this key level right there in it, right there. So someone is selling heavy pressure at 61.5, really right at that area. And then someone kind of took an early sell there. So 61.5, we're getting heavy sell pressure. It was the previous liquidity area. And that could give us a problem. This is the battle right now. We break below this, I might lose the trade. We break above it, I can win the trade. 61.5 is going to give us is really going to be the problem child area. So I took you through the weekly, right? Through the 3-day to the daily. We looked at the 12 and the 22. And again, I use multiple time frames to do what I got to do. All right. This is MEXC. If you like to trade on MEXC, get yourself an RNS ID and KYC. All right. Mandatory KYC is going to happen around the world, really. You can see it. So you can live in the shade or you can just come out and start doing it the right way. And I get it. I know it's privacy. I know it's cryptocurrency. And I know what we all stand for. But at the same time, I love my family, right? And I like my life, right? And until we get things to somewhat change, this is what we're dealing with, right? So I'd play by the rules and do the right thing, all right? But you do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, all right? No follow through. Double top M pattern likely to break to the downside now. Tight. We are holding the trend line though. Let's see what happens. It's tight. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough price action here for Bitcoin. Thursday too, liquidity tends to dry up around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I found around 2 is like, if you get some movement here, your last big move comes between 11 and 1, and then that could be it. All right. You can even see the market just moving a little more, slightly more, sideways and quiet here. Ascending triangles also 50-50 patterns. They could go either way. They're not really guaranteed to break out. So there's less of an edge on the pattern as well. Oh, there we go. Starting to lose the 21 SMA, which means you'll drop down to the 200. We may have to take an L on the live. It's going to happen. You never know, though, until it happens. You have to be emotionless, too, about it. You don't have to win every single trade. You just have to have proper risk management. But you can see why it happened too. Like we double topped here. We couldn't break above resistance. Okay. Signs of life. It's Chop City too. Wow. Let's take a look at the DXY and see what's happening on the US dollar index today. And if it's getting funky, So remember, if you've been with us, it's all been about this shoulder, head, shoulder. And I'd love to see this as a complex head and shoulder that breaks to the downside. We looked at our 3-day chart and we were very overbought on the stochastics RSI, coming back down with bearish div even on the indicator. MACD wanted to make a bearish cross, and we want to see this continue to the downside. It got a bullish pin bar very similar to Bitcoin. It's kind of interesting, right? How the dollar. Now you got Grayscale selling off while BRICS is selling off. And you got a kind of war on the US dollar right now. We've been talking about BRICS for a long time, on and off, right? It's been a I'll tell you, I found out about BRICS in like 2010 when I was outside of the UN. Some guy handed me a pamphlet and told me about it. I still can't believe it. And then it comes into play years later. And I've been going over the history of money with each and every one of you, teaching you how the monetary system works, explaining what a bond is, how bond comes from the word bondage, how the Treasury makes money, where money comes from, how the Federal Reserve buys bonds from the government with, anyway, we could get into it for days, but I basically preach why there has to be some better form of currency, because you don't want to be in the dollar. The dollar's a way to lose for the last 100 years, the dollar's lost 97% of its purchasing power. All right. Currencies only last 35 years and then they disappear. So I'm trying to give you a history lesson on money. When I started getting into money and finance, I decided if you're going to be a finance guy, you're going to play with money, money's going to be your tool. Right? You're going to sit in front of screens all day and chart, and that's going to be your life. Then you might as well know the history of money. To know anything, to be good at anything, you should know the history of it. So I studied the history of money. Mike Maloney had a great documentary series, The Hidden Secrets of Money, and Money Masters is another amazing 3-hour documentary. Both of those, I think, I'd say they take about 12 hours to watch all of it. And then I would watch them numerous times, which I have. I've probably spent 60 to 100 hours watching that content and taking it in, reabsorbing it, being able to re-explain it back to people, understanding the system, the cycle, how it works. And once I figured out how it worked, I decided to extrapolate myself from the system. See, I didn't get rich off cryptocurrency. I avoided losing my money to fiat currency. You get what I'm saying? It was the opposite. Everyone thinks, oh, you got rich. No. We flipped it the other way around. This trade still might play out here. Looking pretty nice with a double bottom on the stochastics. Sammy just might catch a winner here to the upside and show you how we get it done every single day here on the channel. Can the everyday hitter never quit a hit again? Yesterday we hit twice on the channel and then gave you the law. I think we hit 3 times or 4 times. This morning we hit 2 out of 3 times. Last night after the stream we hit a few times. I've been stuck in the pocket right now, like an 8-ball at the end of a pool game. You know what I'm saying? There's a nice little liquidity grab right there. Nice, beautiful double bottom now. That has a measured move to the upside. 68% of the time, this should break to the upside now and at least hit 61,658. But we'll see. See what happens. Now you do have people getting there, so there's liquidity down here. Remember, I'm going to be lower than that liquidity. So if they do grab that liquidity, I should be safe below my 200 MA. I don't trade with the herd. I have a different thing going on. I may use the pattern and think, but I got something else up my sleeve. I'm trading this 200 MA. The fact that we're going to stay above it is what I'm trading. That's my probability. That's what I'm looking for. And then we got this liquidity here, just enough to get me going. Just enough. It's not amazing. We got these 2 bars at 60, 62 and 62.2. But also just heavy resistance at this 61,480. We just resistance. You think if you keep hitting, eventually you're going to break through, right? I mean, it's like, but wow. I mean, and this is just the resistance zone right now. The bulls need to step up here and liquidate these shorts. A lot of resistance usually creates liquidity above you. Not many people are crazy enough to take this trade right now. On the 1-minute chart, right? Let's see if we can get it in. Stochastic still giving us some legs to the upside. Can we get the move for Bitcoin? Shout out to the 1,468 beautiful souls here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Thank you so much for the $98 in chat revenue. Send in your super chats for TAs and deep dives. Teach us about a coin. Tell us about your last coin that you found. Teach us. Let us know. I don't know it all. If I knew about every single coin, I'd be a liar, right? Nobody knows every coin. Impossible. That's why we all work together and we watch different channels, different people, when we put together the information. You must know the narratives. You must eventually pick your coins. But you got to know what coins to even decide to decipher. Like, if you don't understand how big Caspa is and how I believe Caspa right now is a beautiful opportunity. You do you. I own Caspa, so of course I believe that. You do whatever makes you happy, though, but I believe Caspa is a beautiful opportunity right now and definitely a coin worth accumulating. I've been accumulating it now, even though I already have a huge bag of it. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm buying more Caspa. It's hilarious. But that's how much I believe in it. And that you know, anyway, we'll get into that. So, and again, tonight is my weekly screen share where I share my entire portfolio. I'm going to go over all the coins that I accumulated in the last month, one that I accumulated this week, and actually ended up getting a bigger bag of this week alone, and a couple of coins that I believe are really the hottest things to pay attention to, and more. I give a few of these strategies, but my long-term big investment portfolio idea, when I show my entire portfolio, when I really break down what I'm doing, is on the weekly screen share. Again, no financial advice at all. I will not look at your portfolio. I'm not going to tell you what to buy or sell, but I'm going to go over what I found on my research. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have some fun. And we also look at what's new coming up the pipe and how to find what's new. If you stay with me, I just know what's going to be, you know, I don't know how, but we stayed on the cutting edge. You know, we got into whiff pretty early, around 20, 30 cents. All right. We didn't find it, but we got in dang early, right? Based AI is something that I continuously talk about and I made a bag of, and I really believe if you don't hold some based AI, and I've been saying based AI now for, I don't know, 2 months now, and it's definitely something that I'm looking at. There we go, getting a bit of a squeeze here, 61.5. And now we're in the money for Bitcoin in our first short squeeze of the day on the channel. All right. And I changed the name of Dirty Harry to Butch Cassidy. All right. I changed it to Butch Cassidy. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. All right. Who was Butch Cassidy? Who here knows who Butch Cassidy was? And no, it wasn't a, don't be stupid, you know, but an old Western outlaw from 1866 to 1908. I watched the movie from 1969 with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It was Robert Redford and Paul Newman. My dad first played it for me. I watched it with my dad alone one day. I always remember it. My dad's like, yeah, it's an old Western. You gotta like this one, you know, hey. Shout out to my dad. I miss my dad. He passed away this year, about a year ago now. He passed away May 1st, but at 2 in the morning on May 2nd, right? So we made some gains, $58, right? We can shave the stop loss a little bit. I like to go very close to break even at this point, but we are below the 200 SMA. And now we're starting to get a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. Shout out to anyone that took the trade. If you're in the trade, you can technically move your stop loss to break even or somewhat close to it. But again, I'm going to play it out here and see how it goes. Up $60, 5% in the trade. We'll see what happens here. And again, remember, I do this between 4 and 8 times a day, depending. Sometimes I get 500 a trade. Sometimes I get 200 a trade. Sometimes I get 100 a trade. It depends, but it adds up over time throughout the week. You know, eventually you get a couple grand a week if you stay consistent and stay disciplined and you don't chase. You take what you've been given and you move on. Like, that's a nice trade right there for 74. Beautiful scalp. We're getting oversold in the stochastics on a Thursday, and we're at a secondary resistance. You know, unless we get a huge follow through here, which I want to see. And I look for liquidity. I'm always looking for liquidity. I see liquidity here at 62,000. I'm using BOOKMAP to stay in the trade. If I get more liquidity, you know, it gives me more an idea to stay in the trade. Now, above the 200, we got to move 2 cycles on the stochastics RSI, right? Now I got to look at the next time frame and see what's going on. Like, we just broke above the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. Very bullish, but can we stay above it? We're kind of double topping here on the 5. And you're very overbought on the 5-minute chart. Same here, but I do like to see this big move, but you can see there's resistance and resistance here. We're at a resistance yet again for Bitcoin. 61,500 is showing signs of resistance. And look, we're coming down again, right? Look, you lose that basically the entire trade. What I might do is just, you know, when I see that, it could be retesting, but you're oversold now. Could be a retest right there. If it's a retest, you'll bounce. If not, so look, I boldly put my stop loss like right underneath the retest. You see what I just did? So now if we do come down, I can't lose any money on this trade, right? Stochastics say you're going to dump. Weird if we stay more sideways. We are technically holding the trend line though. Bomb, 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 right? It's intense trading. It's fun to do, right? Up $50 still. We'll see where we go. But now I really can't lose any money. All right, you can say, but Sam, you could easily get stopped out. I don't mind. It's all about not losing. I'd rather continuously not lose and take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Now, no matter what, if they turn on us and dump on us, I don't want to lose $100, especially live. You see? Looks like a retest to me. It was a bold move to move my stop there, and I could easily get stopped out. Remember, up $80 ain't bad on the 77. So I took the $78. Now we might continue, and we very well may. But I can do that already to my add-ons from this morning, and you can just continuously add to your money. You do that 5-6 times a day, that's $350 a day. All right, you do that 4 times a month, even 10 times a month, that's $3,500 a month. And then you can say, hey, I'm a profitable trader. I made $4,000 this month trading leverage, right? And it came from just taking little wins each time they came, every single time. There's no guarantee we're gonna get more. Who knows? So I take what's in front of me over and over again. I pay myself on a daily basis. It could continue up. You very well want it to continue up. The movement here and the moving averages suggest a bigger move is coming. And my TA could be spot on. I don't have to ride the whole move every single time. You just have to be okay with making gains. And I've made $1 million trading Bitcoin, unrealized holding Bitcoin for years on end now. So, some of my gains are unrealized, but they're unrealized past a very low number for Bitcoin at this point. But I have realized massive gains in trading, and you don't have anything to prove to anybody. That's another thing I want to show you. You have nothing to prove to anybody. The only thing you need to prove to yourself is that at the end of the month, you have a higher balance than you had at the end of the month. That's it. I don't care if it's $200 more, $500 more, $1,000 more. Every month it should be a little better. You should get a little good. And some months are harder than others. You might be moving like I was. You might be going through big life changes where you can't take advantage of your best plays. That's okay. Sitting on the sidelines is yours. I knew not to go too hard during my move. I knew I might mess up some things during, I might put too much pressure on myself. There's no need to do that. You see what I'm saying? But that strategy, that comes from years of just having control and discipline. Look, nice. Even further of a move to the upside now for Bitcoin. And now if you're still in the trade, you're in gains. You're in gains right now. It's not amazing, but you're in gains. And it looks like we may continue this short squeeze to the upside. And I called it again. Look at this pump. There you go, baby. There you go. All the way to boom, boom, boom. Short squeeze into the upside. Butch Cassidy, baby. All the way to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. Look at that move. And I gave you a beautiful trade here on the channel. Every single day this week, I've been accurately giving a call. Every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have not missed. Tell your family and friends this is the trading school. To see it happen live in front of you. I may sell early. That's my weakest point, is selling early, but I sell and make gains. The key is to take the gain off the table and never care about selling early. Selling early really, to me, doesn't exist because taking a gain matters. And that's all that matters. All right? It adds up over time. And what it does is it strengthens the fact that you have discipline. If you have to stay in the trade every single time because there's a green candle, then you might stay in the trade when it turns down the other way and not be able to shut it off either. But if you have the ability to take profit, then you have the ability to cut off a bad trade as well. You'll basically employ yourself to find discipline over time. But you got to do those things, right? The action becomes a habit. The habit becomes the action. There's the cycle that creates success, okay? But you got to be in the habit of doing it. You want to be instinctively doing things that are habitually good for yourself, okay? Like I instinctively don't drink soda. I drink lemon water, right? I'm somewhere where someone's, oh, I'll grab a Coke. I just refuse. I'll drink lemon water. And there's that book, The Slight Edge, that, you know, an older employee gave to me and said, hey, you know, it's about, you know, you're at the restaurant. What do you want, sir? Can I offer you anything to drink? Yeah, I'll take lemon water. You have any lemons? Or I'll take water. I'll take bottled sparkling water. I'll take bottled mineral water, whatever it is, right? And then you're not drinking a Coca-Cola. The next day you go out to eat, I'll have bottled water. All right. Now, these are small decisions. They're tiny. It's a tiny decision. Right? It takes a second to make the decision. The waiter comes in, you know. But then in 5 years from then, the guy that's been saying Coke when you've been saying water looks different than you, because he may have diabetes, more health issues, and it's because you made these small decisions over time that added up. It's the slight edge. Over time, you had the slight edge to make that decision, okay? And wow, there it is to the upside. And there you go. You're in gains if you're with the lifer. Congratulations. Who took a long trade with the lifer and made gains? I want to see who's up right now. Hit a 333. Hit a 333. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. Let's see the 333. Who took some profits on the trade? Who's still in the trade? Making gains. Look at all the 333s. We did it again. 61,800 for Bitcoin, and that's my key level of resistance. We get above that, we can get to 62.2 and continue this trade to the upside. There it goes, baby. That thing is smoke city now, all the way to the target. My target is 62,138. I had 62,098. Stop loss can definitely be brought to break even now. Bing, you're in the trade risk free. Let that puppy ride. Let that puppy ride. It's running to 65.5. Lifer, my brother and I talk about this on the job site constantly. I swear you're a hell of a mentor, Sam. Thank you for kicking us your knowledge and sharing your wisdom, man. Shout out to Moses, Alejandro Cruz, Alexander Cruz. We love you, man. We appreciate you. Legend. I silent myself after medical issues stopping me from driving and making money. And I just held bags and did not trade. Then those bags are pretty heavy today. I'm still mildly sidelined. Sorry to hear that, United States. I remember you around. You'll be back, though. I see you. Sam, you ever add margin once to risk free stop loss? No. Moses is going places. Yeah, you could tell when someone's appreciative of what they see. That person's going to make it because he's grateful. He's expressing gratitude, and gratitude is the way for more. Look at 61,950 for Bitcoin, headed to the target now at 62,128. Massive short squeeze for Bitcoin here again. And we get it almost every single day around 10:45 to 11. We get the liquidity grab. I chose the best time to be here, and I show you how to do it, and we get it in. We set the trap before it happens. We can see it happen before it happens. The trade, look, the moving averages were there. We got above the 200 SMA. Getting above a 200 is key. It was awkward at first, but we eventually found the sauce. Stop loss is a break even. You can't lose the trade. This is a risk-free trade for anyone that took the trade. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Okay, the whole Lifer community is awesome. Shout out to Moses. We love you, man. Thank you. Continue. Let's continue this squeeze to the upside. I want to get my target here. 62,140. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, we already put Alpha the trading group last night. It is looking good for a move, especially if Bitcoin can get a move here back to the upside. We bounced off the bottom at 60,008. And remember the 800s. And what a move to the upside. We gave you the stop loss, the entry, and the target. And you could do it with what you will. And the stop loss never got hit. The stop loss never got hit. I've been into QUBIC for months now. After review over 100 projects, list and stands all the others who went live today on Gate.io. QUBIC is hot. I like QUBIC. It's a project that like I just, I was either going to get into RWAs, token, QUBIC, and I got into QUBIC. I got into RWAs. So like I had to make a choice at one point. Look, Stokes are high now. You're away for the 21-day moving average. You're likely to come back to the 21-day. Whenever you pump this far away from the 21, you're likely to come back. I would take my profits and be on my way personally, but you do you. This guy said, I wish they'd start risking more taking your trades. You absolutely crush these charts, man. You don't need to risk more, man. Just one step at a time, brother. One step at a time. Yeah, QUBIC is a very hot, you know why? I follow the nerds and I always sit with the deep divers and we go over so many coins together. And QUBIC came up on my radar when I was getting into Kazuna back in the day. And people are like, if you like QUBIC, you got to get, if you like Kazuna, you got to get, find out more about QUBIC. Now, QUBIC's got a $558 million market cap. It has 8% of the supply out. So that's, gives me a little bit of a red flag. Fully diluted is 6.3 billion. Okay, so there's way more to come out. It's about 20% of the supply. You can do the math there, 1.6, right? But it is getting listed on certain exchanges. Look at it. It looks like it may have gotten sold off with the Gate.io. It's on Jupiter for Sol. I don't know what's happening there. The first ever use for proof of work L1 blockchain. Be part of our journey to achieve true A1 power, powered by useful miners. The future of decentralized A1 L1 blockchains. I'm a firm believer that proof of stake is garbage, and I know people just want. It's not garbage. I like it. It's cool, but it's not my thing. Proof of work is my thing. I've always been a proof of work guy. I'm old school, man. I come from bricklayers and iron workers, so it's easier for me to understand. And so I love an L1 proof of work. Number one, that's what got me into QUBIC. It's kind of a somewhat of a competitor to Casper in a way, but it doesn't do. It's not a ghost DAG protocol, right? So, got a bag of QUBIC long time ago. We'll turn that rock over in a year and see what happens. There you go. It's got oracles, which is interesting there, right? AI Garth, AI on top of QUBIC. AR Garth aims to prove true AI open source to everyone. Now, I'd have to simply sit and really read the white paper. I've glossed over it, but I've known about this coin for a long time. This isn't just the first time I've ever looked at QUBIC. I felt like I wanted more of it and I didn't get as much as I should have, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Let's take a look at the charts and see what's happening with it. Definitely a coin that interests me though. So look at this 3-day chart and a bit of a flag here on the 3-day. I want to see this continue down and make this right shoulder and dump. Our daily says, hey, I'm in a flag and I may bounce here back to the upside off of, after bouncing, and I'm in a bull flag. So the daily is suggesting that we may get a move further to the upside here. 12 hours bearish. Let's get that dump and let Bitcoin bounce off that. What would be awesome if this 12 hour can make this kind of head and shoulder dump here, lose the 200 SMA, and Bitcoin can bounce off its 200 SMA. So we're at a strong standstill here for BTC. And okay, now I'm looking for the next possible trade, which would be this. We would come to the 21. And this thing may continue to the upside here for a nice pump. Let's take a look at how it looks on the perpetual, just how I would actually set up the perpetual trade. I delete my old work again. It's a little loud. I look fresh. I look at a fresh new chart. I added a little more than I wanted there. I want to see this touch the 21-day moving average. It lost the key levels and it's back below 61.8 again. You can draw even a mini fib here. Gets in the way. It gets messy when you do a lot of stuff, but you just got to know what you're doing. That's technically a bounce off the 21 right there. And it's pretty close to the golden pocket. Coming down to the golden. See, remember when I said take your profit, you're going to come back to what? The 21-day moving average. I can teach you this over and over again, and it's such a... It's to be in tune with the 1 minute, though, is intense. You have to... It's like a lifestyle. Like, you have to be ready to be able to handle multiple time frames and be able to be on them. When I wasn't ready for this could be really be taxing on the mind. All right? Because you're like, oh, I have to understand that once every time that time frame gets away from the 20, I'm back, you know. And again, you can stay in some bigger time frames and never see any of this. But every once in a while, the 1 minute will lose the 200 and you won't see it. And that will be the beginning of a massive dump. And you'll be sitting on the 1 hour thinking you're going to win the trade. And had you done what I did, you would have been all right, right? So like, I've learned from experts ahead of me and people that have helped me through my time. That, hey, look at the smaller time frame. You might miss something there. And I started seeing it. I traded the 1 hour. It worked out great. Then one day it wasn't going up right when I got in. I was like, why? And then it did it again and again, right? Now this would be a nice ballsy call here. We get this bounce right here. Risk 80, risk 99 for 383. Risk 100 for 382. It's a 3.8 risk 1 ratio. It's changing because you say well, it's 5, but it's changing because the price action is changing. So you lose the 21, you likely dump to the 200. You bounce off the 21, you get yourself a move here. You can also keep the fibs in mind. So what I want to do is, I want to move this out the way here and get the fib back up. Alt F is going to be your fib shortcut that you can use whenever you need. Alt T is going to be how you make your lines. So like say I need to make an Alt T and I can just make a line. Make sure you're always in the Trading View segment, not the original Trading View, because then you're going to get all the shortcuts that Trading View gives you. You're also going to get a free VRVP, which you would have to pay for on Trading View. So I think that's pretty clutch, if you ask me. So you could even use now the numbers won't be exactly the same in the perpetual as they are on spot. But you can always trade perpetual at 1x leverage. And that's basically like trading spot. Like you don't have to use any leverage. This is bouncing basically off the golden pocket. I'm going to snatch that right there and see if we can get the bounce out the flag on the 21 now with the low stochastic back to the upside. High risk, high reward. Remember that. Already have 20 bucks in the trade, 22. Let's see if we can hold the gain. 9. Breathe in the fresh air. Realize you have enough to spare and to care about the other world, man. About everybody in this world. Blessings on blessings to be alive. Let's take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency and see how it's holding up. Total market cap, I would be checking it every few days, just kind of paying attention at least a couple times a week. You want to get rid of the moving averages, double click it. Double click this side, double click this, and just look at it all by itself. If the price action's all wacky, just double click this pattern and it'll come out nice and neat. All right. I got Bitcoin on the side here holding 61,720, 740. Right? I can see the perpetual kind of somewhat sideways here. I only risked 80 bucks too, so it's not a big risk on the trade. It's also liquidity starting to we're getting closer and closer to where I don't like to trade as much. Thursday afternoon just starts to dry up a little bit. Doesn't mean we can't trade some altcoins. Things change. I'm just saying the big daddy tends to slow down a little bit. It takes a lot of money to move Bitcoin. You need the whole world to be into it. Just when a selective group of people start to, hey, it's Thursday night. What are you going to do tonight? Getting ready for the weekend. And you take enough of the attention away from Bitcoin. It's all about attention, right? Everything in the world. You don't realize this attention is everything. If Bitcoin has the attention, it has the trades. If it has the trades, it has the volume. It's weird how, YouTube itself moves the market in a way because YouTube creates the attention. It's for everything. Like if people talk about, if more videos are made about Tesla, more people will know about Tesla, more people will trade Tesla. Like social media moves the world because it moves attention, and attention moves volume and everything else in the entire market. I sat there one day and realized how integrated the whole social media network is into the whole, into everything in the world, right? And it's a fascinating concept to think about. So anyway, that's why I believe being, a charter / guy in the crypto space is awesome, right? Because you see the science behind the charts, and the charts can show you before things come, Let's go. Don't get mad. I don't control the market. Shout out to Pump and Dump. Stop pumping and dumping Caspa, man. What are you doing? Like the stream. Come on, guys. It's all the man asks in return. It's okay, man. It's all good. I'm blessed. God has blessed me with so much in my life, and the trade is booming to the upside right now. So you're now in gains again with the lifer if you took another trade with me. Yep, another $50, right? And look at that solid move to the upside for Bitcoin, right? Can we get a follow through on the move? Stochastic suggests yes, and now you're in another green trade. I just keep hitting it. Man. I just keep hitting it. Call me Barry Bonds. Straight up. Call me Barry Financial Bonds. Banging on him. All right. Sammy the Bull flag. Look at that beautiful move to the upside, and another short squeeze presented to you by the lifer. We appreciate you and we love you and we thank you for jumping on in. 61,880 coming back up for more. We gave you the exact entry, where to put the stop loss. Stop loss can now be moved a little bit, shaved a little bit here. So now we're only risking like $40. You see? And now we got $80 again. I can take this again, and now I got $150. You see what I'm saying? Or $140. And I did it in 2 hours. I could do that a couple times a day. That's why I like to take my gains fast and furiously. This could turn into nothing overnight, and then, trading is treacherous. Remember, we're high risk right now. And again, do not touch leverage if you have no idea what you're doing, please. Demo trade a small amount for long periods of time until you have a clue. People just jump into leverage, they lose tons of money, they get liquidated left and right. They treat it like some type of, like, look, I'm up 75. I like that. 95, let's go. 105, let's go. 92, I take that. 102, I take that. And watch it continue to move now and pump hard, right? I don't care. It could go up again. I could have made $1,000 today. I get it. And it actually should continue to pump. I want it to continue to pump now. Go, baby, go. Let's let that puppy rip. Now I want to see where's the two. So we again, the trade here too, which did slip my mind, was just opening the trade here on the 5-minute and letting it rip. Now the 15-minute, if the 15-minute, like I said, was going to gap up to the 200. Now if the 15-minute can get above the 200, we're going to continue to the upside. If you can see, it was a bit of a sloppy inverted head and shoulder. We didn't have to play that. We saw it in other ways, but you can see it was a bit of a sloppy inverted. Let's get back to the 1 minute. I don't want to take you too far away from the spot here. But I gave you another beautiful trade to the upside that's absolutely ripping now, and you're in the game. All right. So if you want to jump into what I'm doing here, all right, get yourself a MEXC account and stop playing games. Link is in the description. Get yourself an RNS ID if it doesn't work where you're from. Okay, if it is applicable, right? Go to cryptolifer.com and join the trading group. All right, and jump on in today, man. This is it. They got the lowest fees in the game of any other exchange. This is the best. Look at this, man. Look at this beautiful move to the upside. And I play the 21-day moving average into movement. Your stop loss can be, it broke break even now. You can't lose the trade. You can't lose any money now. You're ready to go. And we hit 62,000 yet again, as we talked about earlier with BOOKMAP giving us the liquidity. And there's another beautiful short squeeze that I called for you on the move. And that thing is massive now. And my next target is all the way to 62,391. Okay? Let's go. And so we called this move. We found out when to get out on the high stochastic. We waited for price to reset to the 21 curve, and then we called our next move. We even drew a Fibonacci and found it was very close to a 618 golden pocket. All right. And how do we get our next measured move? Is the length of the pole. We can see where we're likely going to go. It's actually a little smaller, but I'm taking this whole wick. Also had a good risk-reward ratio on the move too. I could teach you how to trade any market. I don't care how volatile, how crazy, any day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've been teaching you how to make gains every single day. All right? Every single day. Look at this move now. We're watching the short squeeze and the pump together in tandem. Boom. Look at that thing. And now it gets fired up. Now they really go after the shorts. And now we're at 62,180, the area that we talked about, 62.2. And now we're about to head to my target, all the way to 62,386. I don't know where else you would want to be or who else you'd want to trade with. I'm giving you the exact entries with stop losses and everything. They're not, my stop losses are not getting hit clearly in front of everyone. Says stop losses get hit every time. They hunt me every time. I don't know where you're putting your stop losses. You just don't know when to enter. I can teach you how to enter these trades at the proper time. We did this every single day this week. It's crazy how we're sitting at 1,500 some people watching. This should be ripping up to 2,000. Absolutely kicking it. Look at this squeeze to the upside. I did not put you in a short. How do I know where price is going to go? How do I do this? Because I've been doing it for a long time, everybody. And there's an algorithm that controls this movement, and you can see it, you can watch it, you can play with it. And once you spend enough time with it, you will get to know it like the back of your hand. And you'll be able to impress people with it like like you're a magician. It's insanity. Watch it hit my exact area and then turn back. Now look, you're high in the stochastic again. You're too far from the 21. Now you got to start thinking of taking some profits. And so the cycle continues over and over again. Then you go off and you eat lunch. And you call it a day's work, all in a day's work. We've made 5 trades today. Only one didn't play out. Remember, this one here was the first one you watched us hit. We nailed it. This morning we hit this flag. Like right here, this weird little flag, right? Missed this flag, then we played this little thing. Boom. Then we lost this trade. I'll admit, we lost that trade. Boom. Right? And then we hit the other two. We won for 5 today in the trading. We only lost 1 out of 5 trades in the trading group. Now, if this is going to continue, you're going to break the 15-minute 200 MA. If you break the 15-minute 200 MA, you're going to get a massive move to the upside. Okay? It's going to be a big fall through. So right now, you see the resistance here because you're going to have... People are going to start taking profits at the 200 MA. That's why exactly at now the 50. Now you have to know how to use that 200 throughout the successive movement of time. This is a straight clinic today. Let's get the likes up to 1,000 likes. Like today has been an epic day on the stream. It's one of my best teaching days in my entire life. Like I've laid it out so nicely and showed you how price action moves and watched it move and showed you how I live with price action. Like this, you can't do this unless you've given your life away to the charts. Like this is years and years of giving my life away. You have to understand this. And that's what it is to be successful in life. You have to give yourself away to the craft in which you're willing to go all the way for. You have to be ready to give it all up. You're not going to have the weekends with your buddies anymore. You're not going to be drinking, you know what I mean? I can't go to the bar and hang out. Those days are over. It's time to dedicate yourself to something and go all the way. It's time to make it happen. It's time to Kobe Bryant your life. You're worth it. Stop playing games. It's time to go all the way. Like, stop playing games with your life. My dad used to tell me, you have one life, man. This isn't a dry run, my dad used to say. Like a dry run is the one before they did the bigger version of the real thing. This isn't a dry run. Like, this is it. You got one life to live. Don't waste it. Your live streams pay for my monthly membership to the 99 every month. See? You're truly a magician. You erased my losses today, lifer. Sam, on Velo on Mexi is ripping. You called it yesterday. I'm up 200. Thank you so much, Sammy. Making gains with the lifer and the 99. Join today. Today has been 10 for 10. This is not a drill. Sam, you're a legend. Thank you, sir, for the knowledge. Yo, God bless you all, man. If you're an American, join the school and become an American. You're funny. How high are we going? So high that I could kiss the sky, right? So another little flag brewing here. And again, the 15-minute breaks above this 200, you're going to get fireworks. Where are you going to go? You'll boom up to your next two resistance points. You'll hit this point of control. You'll be looking to take profit somewhere at 65, 64.2, and 65.5, right? If you get above this 200 SMA on the 15, this could be the end of the day. This could be rejection, and then it's all back to nil. I don't want to get everybody too excited here. Sam, I'm joining back on my birthday. This time I'm going to take it serious. Not like the first time. Hit the like button. This guy is the best there is in the crypto world. God bless you, Crypto Toomey. Don't worry, man. I was in a trading group and I didn't take it seriously for every time. So I did the same thing, and I'm now a mentor to other people. So I've made every mistake in the book, bro. I'm not king of not making the same mistakes. I'm the blunder king, man. Call me the blunder king, brother. You know, I am the true blunder king. I'm the king of blunders. That's the only reason I got where I'm at today, because I wasn't afraid to make a mistake. You see what I'm saying? You can judge me all you want, but you get to judge me. Like today, you could judge my trades, but I made them live, so you got to judge them. You know how many people would never make those trade live, so you'd never be able to judge them in the first place? So judge me all you want, right? But I still made the trades live. You see what I mean? I put myself out there to be judged. Like, that's why when people do judge me, I always look at them, I'm like, so easy for you to judge me. Would you ever put yourself out where I am to be judged? Maybe not. Right? So if the tables are turned, you wouldn't have the guts to do what I do. And I'm not talking about anybody here. I'm just going over some of the things that have happened to me in my life, especially on the stream and, you know, in the past. This looks like it's going to continue and get a nice pump here to 62,785. And BOOKMAP providing us with some information here, some key insight. It's been an amazing live stream. I've had fun this whole week. Every single day has been a blessing. I prayed to God that each stream would go amazing, and they've been going absolutely lovely. I don't want to push my luck today. I want to take another trade, but I don't want to push my luck. We cracked the 1 hour SMA. We go into the 4 hour. Oh, we did. That's a good thing. Let me take a look. And the dollar index continuing to dump. Oh, we cracked the 1 hour very nicely. That just needs to hold today, and we got ourselves a breakout of the falling wedge, you see? Which is a retest of the bigger triangle, which tells us that we may be able to build. Like this is a bigger deal. I don't think people realize what a bigger deal this could become. That's why I spend so much time on these smaller time frames, digging away, getting the confirmations, because they're truly what eventually are the catalyst to the bigger. When you go on a 1 mile hike, you have to take 2 steps off your front step. Those 2 steps are the 1 minute before the daily takes a huge pump. Yes, your streams will be good, my son. Amen. Best in the game. If you haven't taken the course, you're not a pro. Amen. We maybe get from another drive down on the 1 hour chart to the 786. Shout out to Casper Coin Pampin. We love you. Weekends with the livers are better than weekends at the bar anyway. Shout out to Josiah Jelowick. We love you, man. I learned that from you. What was it called? RSID or RS? RNSID. RNSID. Because of you, we do realize the importance. Hey, man, love you. Would you like to know the liver members have more time with you live trading, or is it the same time as the YouTube streaming? I'm live trading like all day long in the group. It may not be a live actual version of me video, but I'm giving you a video update if I need to give you. So I find like you're getting a video update. Like yesterday, you got video updates throughout the afternoon, showing you what I saw happening in the markets. Low stochastics touching the 21 tells me this thing's going to move again. little bit of bearish div there yet. Layer 1, I love Tara. I've been in Tara for a minute now. That's another old low-key gem. See, a lot of my calls are so low-key, and I hold them for like a year and a half. I don't talk about them. See, everyone thinks I'm a day trader, swing trader. Well, like if you're in my trading group, you know that I hold coins long time. Like I hold AGX now a year and a half or more. I hold Caspa now like dang near over a year. I hold Tara now 7-8 months. I hold my coins long term. I don't play games. I swing trade, and I'll get into something and get out of something. Like I sold my near for Layer AI. All right, we'll see if that pans out. So far, Layer AI is down a little worse than near, but we'll see what happens over time. All right. It all depends, right? I only 100x trade holding bags. Well, that's for my lady to do. You're funny. I trade, I got a lot in spot. I always keep a spot bag. It's just important to me to have a spot bag. You know? So we spent a lot of time on Bitcoin today, about an hour and a half, but it was fun. The trading was fun today. That's why. It's been an amazing, fun time to trade. I've been showing you guys how it doesn't matter what the market's doing. We could take advantage of the market no matter what. As long as we're not greedy and we take out what we can day in and day out, piece by piece, one step at a time. We can make sense of this market one step at a time, one trade at a time, one moment at a time. I think people get overwhelmed because they think they have to learn it all at once, and that's the problem. Like just piece, break it into small pieces. How do you eat an elephant? Well, you shouldn't even be eating elephants, though. But how do you eat a very large course meal? I mean, you shouldn't force yourself to eat. I don't know. I'm trying to use this metaphor, but it doesn't fit with my mantras, right? But how do you eat a big thing? How do you do something, a big task? You break it up into small pieces, right? I'm liking this trade now. I'm going to take the trade now. Very close. The stop loss is very close. We just keep kind of slowly rounding out, though. Showing signs of a trend hold. We break 62.9 again, and we get that move further up, and we get a massive short squeeze again. I just want to break above 61.8 now, and now you know that we're above I believe we're breaking above the 15-minute 200. This is what I really want to see us break above. We break above that, this trade's going to rip. It's going to really rip, right? So I waited for the entry. I got in. I'm up 24 bucks again. 31 bucks now. Let's see. Not amazing. We got a liquidity bar at 62.8. Can we flush up to 62.8? Really, the closest liquidity is right there. We'd have to make a further jump down. So far, we're up in the trade again. 33 on the 3%. 333. Boom. Look at that move in liquidity. This would be the third trade in a row I've given you now with the exact entry. Let's see. I don't want to talk too much. The anxiety. Trading live still gives me anxiety. It will always give me anxiety because I'm going to get judged if I lose, judged if I win, judged if I sell early, judged if I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to be perfect every time, but I'm a human being. I'm not perfect every time. That's impossible, but people expect me to be. I aim to be as perfect as I can. I do a pretty dang good job of it, but it's high stress, man. Like when the stream ends, I am like, woof. Like I need to relax. It's a lot. It's intense. And I always want to make sure I'm teaching you guys the real deal Holyfield, and it's playing out in the real time, right? I don't want to look like a clown. Another winning trade, right? So I take the 48, 50 bucks again. You see what I'm saying? I like just taking, and I just know I'm going to win. I'll close that one above that. Let's go. Let's get that ripper. There we go. Who's in gains again on the trade? This is insane. It's one of my best live streams ever, really, ever in history of the lot. Like, straight up. Like, yesterday and today have been two of the best live streams I've ever put on. Like, it's just been so spot on. It's ridiculous. Look, I take that 54. I don't care. I'll take it. It'll probably rip again. But now I got 3 in a row, right? How many trades can you win in a row? Now the day is piling up. Now every time, now see, even each time I'm up, the reason why I'm doing smaller trades is because I don't want to lose. Because like now I feel like I'm getting greedy, and I don't want to get greedy. Like I should, for the rest of the day, I'm gonna stop trading. Really, you see? I get weary when I notice the market starts to play games. Like I get trader instincts, you know. Like I sold that right there. I don't know, something didn't sit right. I also know that the 15-minute isn't getting above the 200, which tells me to be careful. If the 15-minute was getting above this and holding, I would be so into this trade. Get above there and show me that you can do it, and then I'm going to take the next trade maybe in an hour, you know? You never have to chase. Never feel like the trade right then is the only trade you'll ever have in your life. Like, if you don't sell that trade, it's it. That's the issue, too. People get, it has to be this one, nothing else, you know? It's looking good. It's looking like it's going to play out. And we're going to go massively back up to 62.8. We got above 61.8. Remember, that was my big deal, Holyfield area. I wanted to make sure we got back above that area. All right. Mixed signals. Your track record is fire. If you lose a few, we still love you. Solana long, 13x, $6,000 now. Yikes. Sam, our crypto shaman. Shaman noodles. Shaman noodle inu. That'd be a funny one, right? Shaman noodles. Like not ramen noodles, but shaman noodles. Like I just made that up. I've never heard of that before. We could make a meme, shaman noodles. That thing would blow. So now we have another possible trade here that is enticing as well. Right? And it's basically the same trade, just 63,014. This reminds me of Prince in a way or something, right? There's 116 for 451. And that thing would blast. It's holding the 21-day moving average. It's above the 200 SMA. It's got a trend forming. It's got no bearish div because that's swinging down while that's swinging down, which is a good sign that it could continue. And that target takes you to 63,000. It would be a fast move to the upside. I've been listening for a month now, and it's addictive. All the knowledge and the positive vibes, man. We love you. We appreciate you, man. You know what people like the most is consistency. That's what people like the most, man. They did a survey of human beings, and they asked them, what do you like the most? Consistency. You come home, your wife makes a good meal that you know you like. You come to this channel, you get information that you know is good for you. Right? You watch, I didn't shill any coins on you. I didn't get, you know, I have a few channel sponsors like I Trust Capital. It's a really good channel sponsor. I love them. They're awesome. Shout out to I Trust Capital, right? Where you can buy and sell crypto and gold and with your in a Roth IRA. You can't do that anywhere else. And shout out to Crypto.tax, where you can get yourself a free consultation, sign up, go over your taxes, find out more information at the Crypto.tax, all right? And get special pricing by saying you're a lifer. So there's only a few things that I sponsor. Everything else, you know, nope. I'm not here to show you garbage. I don't take $1,000 to talk about somebody's coin, man. They hit me up every day. Do you promote? No. You know why? I promote education, and education is strong. And if I promote garbage coins and get paid for them, then I ruin my ability to have a clean name for my education. And I believe education can make me a billionaire. So there's no reason to take little bits of money for what I see getting even bigger in the real, you know, and my so I'm never going to risk my name for my ability to make a beautiful, beautiful education. So like, I'm not on that other tip like these other YouTubers are. I'm not here to influence you to buy stuff. I'm not getting pre-sale coins. I'm not like, hey, find out this new coin. I did recently get some pre-sale allocation, but I just want you to know, like, you know, for them to get rid of that coin, they need their channel to promote it, right? Because That doesn't mean, you could make money with them. I'm not saying you don't. Just different models out here for different channels. It's not our channel model. It's not. Every once in a while, I may find a coin that I really, really like, and it may make sense to me, and I may promote it. I'll tell you right away if that's the case. I didn't get into the trade. I feel like it's greedy to get into the trade at this point. Shout out to everybody here. God bless you all. Yeah. Remember, we're not... This guy's so funny, man. Hey, I won't even address it. Yeah. Lifer, I want to learn so bad, brother, but you move way too fast for me. Amen. Amen. Emergency. Look, this guy called us a breakout trader. This guy has no idea what's going on. This is so funny. I just have to mention it because it's so ignorant. It's ridiculous. We use moving averages. We use moving averages, liquidity pools. You know what I mean? Like the VRVP, ICTV, breakout gaps. And it's just so funny. If I was a breakout trader, man, come on, man, let's get real. We buy way before the cord breaks out at the low, right? Anyway, whatever. I don't even need, I'm done. I don't have to. I can never vibe with Brent. He's from the state, even though he always met with a... We got nothing to prove, everybody. We got nothing to prove. Look, kind of a shoulder, head and a shoulder there now. Start to break to the downside. When you lose the 21, you come back to the 200 SMA. Remember, we got rejected by the 200 SMA on the 15-minute time frame. And you're now gapping away from the 21-day moving average, which means you're going to have to come revisit the 21 before any big pump. So it looks like we may gap right back down after this beautiful pump to the upside today. A rejection at 62,000 for Bitcoin. Let's get into the super chats, find out what's happening in the fan funding, and talk to each and every one of you here. Shout out to Zach R. Chuck on deck screener with 1.6 lock liquidity. It's been on a tear. Can you check the chat, please? It's a base token. Another one of those memes. PRNT, please. And shout out to Grav Gaylot. We love you and we appreciate you. Bitcoin Standard, great book as well on the money history. Can we please review Sui? Sui's hot, man. We talked about Sui a long time ago. We talked about how CETUS was going to be a big play on Sui. If you feel Sui's too big and you want to get into something on the low, CETUS is kind of the play on Sui. All right? Or CETUS, I don't know how you ever want to call it. But Sui's going to be one of the fastest blockchains. When it came out, it was hot. It's still hot. I love it. I think it's going to do numbers. SEI and Sui could somewhat compete. Right? Shadow was in the mix until it took that beat down. And then Shadow kind of fell off into the wayside. Thank God I never bought Shadow. I kept waiting to buy it. I never did. I got so lucky with Shadow, right? I got to finish the total market cap. I think we jumped back into Bitcoin. If we look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour had a nice breakout, but it could just be a bull trap, right? If you break back inside the pattern, we go lower it again. So you just want to see Bitcoin stay above 61.8 and close a daily candle above 61.8. If Bitcoin closes a daily candle above 61.8, that means the 1 hour held above. Let me just get rid of this for now because it's just a lot. But that means the 1 hour held above the 200 SMA. And I'll do another update in about an hour after I let my mind rest, because it's a lot for 2 straight hours during the live stream. But this live stream was lit, straight lit. Like if you were here with us, you learned so much and you got so much information and you really took it to another level. So shout out to each and every one of you that stayed with me throughout most of the stream. Just closed my Euro USD trade. Thank you, Sammy. Love you, bro. Love you, man, for everything that you do and for being here with us every single day, master friend. And for putting so much effort into everybody else's future, knowing that in the end, somehow God will take care of you through doing that nature. And that's the blessings of being a teacher in this life. You just know that if you teach more, you'll be blessed more. And honestly, teaching is an act of gratitude. You're saying, hey, God, you made me. I learned a lot. You gave me the beautiful of intelligence to figure things out. Now I'm going to help people that you've made and give them the same intelligence back that you've given me, right? I'm going to do, it's like, it's a state of gratitude. Teaching is being in a state of gratitude. Like I have a one-on-one today at 3 o'clock, right? And I'm going to be in a state of gratitude during that teaching moment. That's a blessing. If people pay to hang out with you because they feel your knowledge is that important, you're blessed. That's a blessing. And, there's a moral obligation to do the right thing with that money, with that time that you spend with people and with your influence that you have. Like, I like Chuck, but I kind of don't want to go over it because I don't want to influence anyone to buy something of $1.6 million market cap. But I also want to help Zach R. and take a look at it with him. You know, so I'm torn on that idea. So with caution, I say, hey, I'll go over Chuck, but just know that I may not be touching it. All right. Chuck on base. Andy on base is just stuck in my mind. Yeah, Chuck continues to pump. Came out super early, March 31st. It's about a month old and it's booming. The last 5 days, really, memes have been out of control. Chuck on base. And again, when it comes to memes, it's like you do your research, you pick a meme, you jump into a meme. And you either catch a good one or you catch a beat one. Like it you know, I believe, you know, I like base memes. They tend to have been pretty good. And I believe base eventually will get a bigger move. And sometimes you got to be in a meme for a while. Like this meme, you had to be in for a month. And now the payday's coming, right? It does have a lot of liquidity. It's interesting. But again, it's up to you whether you want to get into Chuck or not, right? So I think Tucker is more of a community coin that has more of a following that could do big things, but like maybe Chuck moves, I don't know. Remember, base. How you bridge on base, you just go to, I believe, base.org, right? Bridge.base.org. And I would do this if they ever come up with a token. A base continues to decentralize this month. Bridge base will replace to Super Bridge and other bridges, collectively Super Chain bridges. Super Chain bridges are available to initiate complete deposits and withdrawals to and from base. Wow. Pretty cool. Right? So base continues beginning May 17th. Bridge base will redirect to Super Bridge and other bridges, collectively Super Train bridges. Pretty awesome, right? But this is how you would bridge to base. You get your Ethereum on your MetaMask wallet and you can bridge it to base right here. Very simple, very easy, very, you know, it happens very, very nicely. All right. So now we're back to another flag here on the 1 minute. Moving average is a little far apart. Remember, once the 21 and the 200 get far apart, it starts to give some caution. You start getting further into the liquidations. It means you're eating through liquidations. Like how many more people are going to be on the wrong side of the trade? Okay. Bit of bearish div right there as that kind of swings down. Well, that swings, you know. And you're keeping in mindful of the 15-minute. Now, if this starts to pump, then you're watching the 15-minute at the same. I would have the 15-minute on while I have the one. And if we get above the 15-minute 200, the whole thing's going to move. You see? If you don't know what SUI is and you're just getting in and you want to learn more about SUI, and today is our weekly screen share, everybody. We're going to spend a good, you know, from 8:45 to about 10:30 or more, depending on how. Sometimes I go for 3 hours. We're going to break down a lot. We're going to talk about, you know, all different coins. I'm going to show you what I've been buying for the last few months, show you where my portfolio stands, show you what we're doing. And, yeah. Shout out to Master Friend for the super chat. God bless you, man. Bless you on your trade. So $2.3 billion market cap. It's got a big one. It's a big boy. It's number 48 in the top 50, right? 23% of the circulating supply is out. SUI's a fast blockchain, all right? And it's getting out there. So SUI is a groundbreaking layer one. Number one, it's a layer one designed to support the needs of global adoption by offering a secure, powerful, and scalable development platform. At its core, it leverages a novel object-centric data model and secure moving programming language to address inefficiencies prevalent in the existing blockchain architecture. On top of strong technical foundation, SUI prioritizes user experience by eliminating barriers commonly associated with blockchain interactions. Through innovations with ZK login, sponsored transactions, and programmable transaction blocks, SUI creates a high standard for user experience with Web3 by ensuring applications are accessible and user-friendly. Like, they see where we're going. They're built for the future. You know what I'm saying? SUI's a big deal, man. I believe SUI is definitely something to have on the radar. SUI, SEI are both things to have in the long-term portfolio. However, it is big, right? I may get into something like Layer AI. But that's higher risk. You know, you have to find out where you stand and where you balance your portfolio. See how CETUS is there? CETUS is going to be the decentralized exchange for SUI. I think CETUS is the play on SUI. So instead of getting into SUI, it's CETUS. I already played CETUS, if you remember, and sold it for gains. It took like a few weeks longer than I thought it would, but I did it. And we moved on. This has got a $27 million market cap, right? But once SUI starts to take off, CETUS will gain. I'm telling you, and I could see CETUS getting to a $1 billion market cap or a $500 million, 10x to $270 million, right? And if it goes to $540 million, which isn't that hard for a DEX, almost 30% of the circulating supply is out. I just, it's got a SUI address on the SUI network. This would be your gain. This would be the gain. This would be the move. I don't think I'd buy SUI. I'd buy CETUS. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. It is higher risk, right? This is like buying Radium instead of buying Solana. Same idea here, okay? You want to find, you want to see how a blockchain moves, and then you want to move with that blockchain and understand it. So, I understand ecosystems. That's how I understood Cake. And when Cake first came out, or Uniswap, and then BNB, and then we found Cake, right? And this flag's playing out yet again to the upside. Look at this. Crazy, right? And you're looking at that 15-minute. Can the 15-minute breach the 200? Looking like it may with these wicks. It's a very bullish sign. The 1 hour above the 200 is also a bullish sign. The 4 hour with a massive bullish engulfing candle suggesting that you're going to get, so you're either bearishly retesting right now to suck us in, and you're going to thrush us down, or we're going to continue. The moving averages are what make you realize what they're doing. If the 15-minute breaks above this 200, we're likely going up, and we're flushing the short, see? My strategy keeps me from getting tricked by the market maker. And then back to just the flag again. Look at this beautiful flag to the upside. Bit of a double bottom in a way. That takes you to 62,700 for Bitcoin. Then you get back to the liquidity here on BOOKMAP. And it's interesting, you divide all this liquidity below you. 63,000 is the target there, 6290, 900. Someone said, can you explain the succession of the moving averages? You just have to kind of be here with me as they play out over time, but they get tight and then they get far apart. You break above the 200 in succession for the move, you go with the 1 minute, then the 7, then the 15, then the 1 hour. All right. As you break above moving averages is key. Look, the 12 hour bounced off of the 200. We told you that we couldn't break below it. We had to bounce. So far, that's bullish. So the bulls keep stepping up for us at the last moment in time here. Today was in a miraculous move. A miraculous move for Bitcoin. So I leave you with this flag that could continue to go all the way up to 62,700, and I'll be back to give my trading group more. I can only give so much as one person. All right. We love you, we appreciate you, and we care about you. And we thank you so much for being here and jumping on in every single day with the lifer. All right. My name's Sam Price. I've been trading for 14 years now, even more than that. I guess I was 25. I'm now 41. So 16 years, 17 years about. And I'm here to show you what I know every single day and really just spread the knowledge with you. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being here on the stream. All right. I'll be back for more from my trading group, keeping you all updated and keeping us grinding. Thank you so much to everybody that came to the stream. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Bitcoin getting the pump continuing right now. Again, out this third flag we gave you. It's flag season, baby. And every flag just seems to be paying us every time we get in. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll be back for more. Pray for my wife. I think she has the stomach bug. She's been very ill the last few days and she's pregnant. And I'm pretty sure it's not pregnancy. It's like she's ill. So pray for my wife. I hope she's okay. Boeing has 3 crashes in 2 days. The whistleblower is disappearing. This is crazy stuff going on with Boeing. I'll tell you right now. So crazy. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Fridays, baby, Fridays. Bitcoin 62,200. And this thing is still continuing, baby. So either learn the sauce or get beat. I'm telling you right now, get an education, learn technical analysis, or you're going to be struggling out here every day. And you want this to be fun. You don't want this to be hard. It doesn't have to be that difficult. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for tuning on in. I'll see you tomorrow.